Good people, I must be honest with you. The journey was not easy. From a hero to being a zero. I'm that lady that used to go to my branches with my bag of laptop and people would recognize me. All of a sudden, I need to go to a department, a government department, and I see an intern who is looking down on me, who can even not even give me or make me understand indoba ziphuma njani tenders. But I still remember at some stage when the phone was sisikolo kusithiwa because sixhomekeke kwisalary yakhe. So kuthiwa apha esikolweni anisabhatali.
Spada excel, spada emini, spada ebusuku, emzansi yasangodala. Spada excel, spada emini, spada ebusuku, emzansi yasangodala. Spada emzansi.
Good afternoon, molweni, sanibonani, goeiemorgen. Welcome to Phanda Mzansi Business Podcast. Namhlanje, I'm so excited. I'm having two dynamic, powerful women next to me. I've got a new co-host, Joinileyo, who's part of the board. Board yonke kaPhanda Mzansi itheni ngokwayo namhlanje ba izasijoina on this business podcast. Akwazi ba inxalenye. Welcome Mabayi to our podcast, and I'm happy to have you as our co-host.
Thank you so much, Daddy. Ndiyabulela kakhulu, ndibulele futhi ndizibulisele kubabukeli emakhaya. Igama ngu-Anelisa Zono. Nimvile uTaji uthi nguMabayi, nguBayi kaKheche. Ekhaya sithi buy cash no credit. Welcome to iPhanda Mzansi Business Podcast.
Thank you, Mabayi. As I've said before, ke bandingqongiwe. Powerhouses. Yabona Mabayi ke uzichazile uBayi kaKheche, buy no cash. I show Mandi. So next to me on my right is our guest namhlanje. As you know, we always have abantu abaqhube business osisi obhuti. Namhlanje sizinosisi uPhumeza. Sis Phumeza, please can you greet our viewers out there, and sizawuncokola ke ba siqala ngaphi ka senze episode yethu, interview yethu, but ke okwangoku sicela sibulisele to the viewers out there.
Afternoon, everyone. As you've heard, my name is Phumeza Ceshemba. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Sis Phumeza. Usis Phumeza ke njengokuthi Mabayi, afuneka ngiphelele apha sithi Mabayi ngapha singasithethe isiduko. Singabantu abamnyama amaXhosa noko kufuneka ibalekile simintroduce bangumamgiqwa ke yena nento ezinjalo. As you know me ngubhanqa umdumane umtshilibe. So namhlanje ke sizawuba nedlewa ndlebe no Sis Phumeza. Sis Phumeza ke kasiqala ke iprogram ke is very important ababukeli phaya nabaphulaphula bake basiphulaphula bazi ba okay ngoku usisiphumeza nje sawuthetha naye ibusiness, but ke usisiphumeza ngubani, usukaphi, uzalelwephi, wafundaphi, ibackground yakho is very important. If you can share with us ngaboleka.
Okay, Nkosi bot ndinguPhumeza. Ndintombi yaseMdantsane. Born and bred in the dusty streets of Mdantsane. I am a woman ekhuliswe ngumakazi wayo, uMamgiqwa. Ndikhula ngelaa xesha ke kusekho isihoqo ekhaya ndithengisela. Little did I know into yokuba namhlanje ndawuba yi-entrepreneur. I used to love it. I'm a woman who used to sell a highway. Those who know Mdantsane, I used to sell higher. So those are the things that shaped the person that I am. uPhumeza ke ufunde eVulamazibuko High School, where border technicon, wafunda marketing, ndine BTech degree in marketing. Ndizenzile ke programs ezininzi with your Gibbs, with different companies in fact, for entrepreneurship.
Beautiful upbringing, Sis Phumeza. I want to be like you when I grow up. Usebenzile kakhulu wethu, Sis Phumeza. Now that usichazela about your upbringing, ukhula elokishini eMdantsane, how was it being a Rose ekhule elokishini and that journey to where you are today? Ungasizobela mhlambi umfanekiso ngqondweni onjani, because majority of time elokishini kwindawo zabantu abamnyama akukho that much of expectation into yobana something good can come out of that. Just draw us a picture about that life yaselokishini ibinjani and where you are today.
As I mentioned, into yokubana ndikhuliswe ngumakazi wam, but at the age of 13, I moved on and ndathahlala nomama. Even there, ndifike kuthengiswa izikhettens, umama uhambe eRhawutini ethengisa. The life yaseMdantsane, as you all know, into yokubana ayo life imandi, especially when you've got a parent who is not working. My mother used to collect waste, used to go to Etipin and collect and come back and make sure that there is a product efana nam today. Even my brother in a LLB based on that. So sikhule ke sibona thina into yokubana yes, there are people that are trying and there are people that are selling pie a highway, and I always thought that's where I will end up in terms of this is how small I thought. I never knew into yokubana ndingaze ndikwazi uzofika kwindawo endikuyo today.
Inkosi Phumeza, yazi it's so amazing. I think maybe lento I'm part of Phanda Mzansi, and ngova uthetha ngomama okhule ephanda from ukuthengisa or i-waste and also no makazi, everyone bekuthengiswa from ikhetten. So yinto okhule ngayo, and what I've normally seen ba is upbringing izothengisa iba ngathi at that time mhlambi wena unaxesha lodlala ingathi wena utheni uphila ngalendlela because of you missing out kwezinye izinto abanye abantu abazenzayo. So ibinjani kuwe lonto yoba uhlala ixesha elininzi endaweni ba uphume uyokonwaba okanye uyodlala oqaphu or zonke izigames idlalwa ngabantwana abancinci abakhulayo? Surely I can imagine ba you've missed some of them because of wena uyothengisa ukuze nikwazi usurvive.
True, but and at that stage, I really felt into yobana I'm deprived because amanye abantwana bebesiyodlala. But mna xa kusithiwa mothengisa amasolotya apha elokishini ndinkqonkqoze ndiqombe befana yintangam fanele ndiyadlala naye lo. So I always felt into yobana this is so unfair of abazali bam. Little did I know into yokubana this is what's gonna mold the Phumeza that I am today.
So, Sis Phumeza, I want to know ukuthi nangona you grew up in a family that has a business. Have you always known from the get-go, bana, this is the way I want to go? I'm going to be an entrepreneur, or maybe and that change, okanye manditi, that shift from wanting to be an entrepreneur okanye ukuphangela and leading to the position ukuwe ifike njani?
When I was at school, kukho into endandiyithanda kakhulu le kuthiwa ibank. And I've always seen myself ndise absa ndinxibe la uniform. I always, you know, kodwa ndaye ndaqeshwa ndifuna ukuphangela, ndifuna uzibona ndisezindaweni. My first job ndandithengisela abantu balamazwe. Thengisa impahla mane bengena ndisamkelisa R20 ngosuku. Ndisuke eMdantsane le R20 iphele lapha ekukhweleni. Kodwa ndine-degree. Fortunate ke into yokubana there was a program eyayikhona ngelo xesha eBorder Tech, which is Wusu today. Safunela imisebenzi. I went for interviews at Capitec. Yo, I was so excited. Bambalwa kwabantu bawafumanayo kuba ngela xesha sasibhali aptitude test and whatnot. So I became a consultant ABSA in 2003. Hayi ke ndaqonda ibona ke ngoku it's all about selling again. And I applied for a job at ABSA. Bendithe iphupha lam yayingu-ABSA. I went to Capitec. I became a consultant from 2003 to 2007, and I became an assistant branch manager. However, when post is Puma, ABSA sasifuna consultants, I applied because I wanted ABSA, not Capitec. And I thought opportunities are there. So I applied for a consultant job. Ndizazi uba sendihambe umgama omde to being an assistant manager. Ndaya interviews, everything went well. I was so surprised when I got a call to say, the people that interviewed you spoke highly of you. They want you to be a manager, a first branch manager from Mdantsane branch, eyayivulwa eMdantsane City in 2008. Wow. So that's how my journey started in the banking industry. I became a branch manager for 18 months, and then the regional manager for the Eastern Cape. So I had 6 branches in Tata, Komani, King Williamstown. I had 66 staff members that were reporting to me. So it felt so good up until I saw an opportunity in Nedbank and I applied. They loved me, and then I applied. They took me as a key accounts manager for the Eastern Cape. And this is where things went wrong when it comes to Nedbank. Ndafika Nedbank ndibona uba i-restructuring is there. Things didn't go well for me. Kula 2 years nandihleli pha, I changed positions 4 times. When 6 months, I was just going to the bank to withdraw my salary because they did not have a job for me. It felt so bad that I knew that someone out there is in need of my skill. I knew that I had so much to give to people. And I saw how our people were struggling with banking, with financial management. People were not growing. Whereas, remember, I used to work for Capitec, and I used to tell you, Capitec is the best bank. But when I went to ABSA, I would tell people, in fact, it's the bank. When I went to Nedbank, I would say, no, this one. So I thought to myself, I owe it to my people to teach them the truth. And then in 2014, I resigned. I started my training company with the hope that I will teach them how to grow their businesses, how to manage their businesses, how to live a purposeful life. That's how my journey started.
Yeah, wow. Okay. Yes, the khamisile nje ndibukele sisifumeza unpacking this, and there's so many learnings within ukulando yoba kawunephupha. Because sisifumeza uthi kanti mamele yoba iphupha lam ndisesipha eMdantsane, ndisengumfundi, ndisengumntana, was to work for ABSA, ndisebenze ebhankini. And then ngosefumene Capitec, just imagine acting branch manager.
Yes.
And then now or you apply for a position that is lower because of iphupha lakho awusithi ndizibona ndisebenzela la company, ndiyayithanda la company. And then ngoku uthi I've decided ba ndizawuyeka lo msebenzi wami ndiyofuna le yoba yi-consultant because of I want to be there. Uyabona? But ke because of uThixo usebenza emfihla kwalweni nangendlela ezingumangaliso, ngoku uyoya kule position isezantsi kuthiwa sisi sekubonile what we have uba awunaba yi-consultant wena you deserve uba branch manager. That is so powerful. And also the challenges that you just mentioned now that you've experienced at Nedbank, uba these challenges forced you uba uphela uphuma because of i-skills sakho asikho utilized. And then ngoku sinawe ngoku as uphanda mzansi talking about your business. So this is quite interesting, but now that you decided ngoku, just imagine Mabai une position engu-key accounts manager or regional manager. So ubusochatile ngoko because ngoku uzawuthatha a very important risk of quitting noba bufumana just imagine ufumana i-20 rand ngoku laa 20 rand awuzoyifumana and le 20 rand ibincedisa kwiinto ezininzi abantwana esikolweni ubhatala indlu nazo zonke izinto ngoku uzawuvela uphume uyoqala ku-a and yeyona nto inzima so ndifuna ukuqonda ezo dynamics uba what made you kuyo yonke le nto ndi-understanda the frustrations zomsebenzi but uphela udecide because banintsi abantu ababukeleyo abanee-frustrations ngoku or banee-edges but abade baphume because of ii-securities nazo zonke izinto but wena is it a support husband uba utshatile okanye ibiyinto obuqomba ifamily yam ndizakwazi uyihoya mandiyoqala ekuqaleni because ndinephupha loba in the next few years le nto izawukhula iphinde ndibuyisele kule ndawo ndikuyo.
I met my husband when I was 19. We got married in 2001. Ukhona.
Kwapha intazana kulaa nto kuthiwa induku entle igawule
So, I don't want to lie. If it went for him, I wouldn't have taken a leap of faith. Because remember, xa sawukula position, decide uyeka. You had a bond. You had izindlu. Abantwana bam bayafunda esikoleni eziduru. Omnye una 8, omnye una 11. And sizawubhatalwa ngubani. However, into eyindishisa ngaphakathi, I had to convince him and say, I just want to start my own thing. You can see what is happening. And then when I resigned, I thought there was a need. Remember, we always, as business people, think that le nto uyiphetheyo iyafuna. Kodwa xa ubona apha phandle, there is no demand for this thing. That's what really happened. So I went and ndahlala. Good people, I must be honest with you. The journey was not easy. From a hero to being a zero. I'm that lady that used to go to my branches with my bag of laptop and people would recognize me. All of a sudden, I need to go to a department, a government department, and I see an intern who is looking down on me, who can not even give me or make me understand, ziphuma njani tenders. But I still remember at some stage when the phone was isikolo kusithiwa because sixhomekeke kwisalary yakhe. So kuthiwa apha esikolweni anisabhatali. Ndithi mna no umntana mnye ubhizi uyarehesa uya kwiinto ze-girl theatre bayo enza into ze-dance nentoni. So ndibizwe ndithi no, it's fine. Sawubhatala nje le dance kuthiwa no, it's an extramural. Awukwazi qala apha kule nkulu. And then I went back to my husband and I cried and I said, remember the lady who said, nansi interview sendibiziwe kule government department because they know italent yam. Tozi, I want to go back. I want to go and work. My husband said, no, not now. It's too late. You have done the work already. And I said, kuye, but I'm a failure. I'm failing my kids. And he said, remember why you started. Sahlala. Zaqala ungena i-summons. Samatyala khona. But what umyenam uzolenza ixesha. I know you. So the journey was not easy. The support that he gave me made me realize that my dream was bigger than I.
I love that, Sis Phumeza. I love that you are highlighting something that is very important, which is a support system. Into that emaxesha amaninzi it's very lacking for entrepreneurs. You've highlighted a few things kwezinto uzichazile into bana khange kube lula. Ujongene nezinto that made you go back to the floor apho ube nguzero. You were used to having everything. You had your life up there. You had your respect, but all of a sudden ngoku akusekho, there was nothing to rely on. Ezawuthi ndingena kule office ndinikeni because I'm so and so. Now you had to start from scratch. I'm glad that you talk about family and the support system obunayo. Khawusifake ke ngoku to the beginning of you starting ke ngoku this business. and then uyiqala njani, ude wathi futhi you thought you had a product abantu bayayidinga, and then in actual fact kwi-reality nguwe lubhiliva kuyo. Now you have to convince people to believe kule nto. So how was that?
The difficult part for me was wanting to train but not knowing the requirements of training. Because one, during the 6 months endandingaphangeli ngayo, I went and capacitated myself in terms of assessment and moderation and whatnot and whatnot. But little did I know that that company needed to be accredited. Now, xa ndifika kule department okanye kwamasipala ndisithi ndi-ready for utraina, ndiyibonile kuthiwe give us accreditations and then I will give them my accreditation. I'm an assessor. And then they will tell you, we want the SBK one. So it took me 2 full years to get one accreditation. And remember, when you are not working, if imali yomyeni wakho ibhatala oko bizama ibhondi bizama intoni zame imoto lebeseninayo, awukwazi ubhatala i-accreditation enye 25,000. But at some stage you have to sacrifice something. So sazama into yoba sibe nazo ezi accreditation sazibhatala in 2015. Little did I know into yoba ndawuze ndizifumana ngo-2017 apho uzokwazi ke ngokufumana at least a proper contract. So it was quite a journey.
Yes. We're talking about, I would say it's part of compliance, a business, but obviously you need to have zonke into zakho in order kwenzele whoever ukunika lo msebenzi aqonde quality yonke into uzafundisa abantu ngendlela right. So these accreditations ngoku uyazifumana ke ngo-2017, uyangena ngoku uyaphinda unkqonkqoza phaya. Ibinjani, how difficult it was ngokuqala ufumana imisebenzi, because ngoku kwa-tender world ke kudla ngotsho abanye abantu abelapha ba hey, sometimes you need to know umuntu othile okanye into ezithile azami ngendlela ube uqualify but azami ngendlela. So when i-challenges zakho from ufumana this accreditation and start getting ngoku i-jobs ibe njani?
That was the difficult part for me. For instance, one of the things that I always wanted, besides the tendering, was to train on what takes.
Nice.
Because of the experience that I had in the bank, I will use yes, because the driver will bank every day by a goba every day, and that would make them to baba be credit worthy. And when mntu ownayo, you maintain your car, you make sure uba uyambhatala, awunayo imali ubhenka as and when you want to. But ke ngoku xa sophinda ufuna enye iteksi awusakwazi, xa iphelela teksi babe neeteksi ezininzi. So one of the things endaziyayo kuzo ndikhawuleze ndijonge associations onooteksi bathi no, we're not in need of this. And that's when I realized, no, let me go back and see what is it that is needed. Okay, let me see, bafuna o generic management, bafuna train abantu kamasipala, nansi ke ngoku ndinayo. Uyifumana njani ke ngoku business? You have to knock. Nanso ke ngoku ingxaki. And then xa unoka, when you are not known, it becomes a problem. One of the things that helped me was the relations that I built during my time in the banking industry. Remember, the people that I used to help in terms of abanye babedla ngothi naxa bendinceda athi umntu ndikubonile wenza training wawukho wandinceda yazi ebhankini wena undenzelile ulibele uba wayeyenzelwa imashini not ndim. But because of how you build, so you will get that kwezinye ndawo you would get in there and people don't even look at you because you don't have the experience, because they don't know you, because we all know that envelope. Then those are the things that we are facing. So it became a problem for me. However, I told myself that I needed to change my strategy. How? I focused on what people do not like. In the banking industry, we used to drive volumes, especially in Capitec. We used to drive into mana wonke umuntu ongenileyo mthengisele and sidrive the market abantu abalapha ukwenzela benze imali. So that's what I did. I used the same way of marketing or doing business. Then I approached the sitters. The sitters are having imali from the companies, levies. So I did learnerships. I'm big on learnerships. Learnerships, yes, abantu abazaziyo, they know they're not making money, but my purpose changed totally, because I looked at graduates that are not working. I looked at abantwana abangampasanga 10, abaninzi, of which it's something that I never knew. So isitters would give me funding, and currently umzekelo I've got 120 learners throughout, and I was just told that 6 of them were placed permanently eFrame, MIQ1. So those are izinto endiye ndatshintsha into yoba let me not focus on tenders only. Let me focus on where the money is. Let me apply for funding. Let me also approach private sectors with certain skills or certain accreditations. So that's what helped me. For instance, I'm working with the likes of Abo Mercedes-Benz, training for them, all the retirees, Zabo Bazis are good. So those are the achievements, because you look at strategy. You need to change now, because you are not needed.
It's quite interesting. Ixesha ke luchaba, so which ba sincokole deep kakhulu about the training, but ke ndinomdla abantu pha basibukeleyo bayayiqonda you working now with private sector, you're working with sitters, and you're still working with the government. And then tell us about your business ngokuba maybe kasocinga between 2017 or 2015 until now, maybe how many people you have trained, awubaqashileyo njalo njalo, in terms of course very important that impact bayibone ba after buye wasokola oluze umsebenzi wadlula kuzo zonke into uzibalisileyo, but ngoku lapha and you still gonna even do more.
From then up until now, I have trained over 1,000 people.
Wow.
Yo.
I have managed to create over 50 jobs.
Yo.
Remember, I don't necessarily have people that are employed permanently here. I've got facilitators.
Yes.
So that's what makes me really happy.
And Sis Phumeza, it wasn't easy to get to the 1,000 othetha ngayo ngoku. There were challenges there. Just especially now that sisukana kwi-COVID-19, a lot of businesses were closing down. A lot of people, even nangoku basakasa, it's still not easy. I don't think there's any business ekoyo eti COVID-19 time, it did not affect my business. How did you survive? The challenges there in a nutshell. Ojongene nazo.
One of the things that I devised in terms of changing the strategy was to look at what I have. For instance, I've built relations, especially with the likes of Dell, SAP. So they gave me computers, they gave me projectors. So what I did, I initiated the likes of no coding for our children. And sindenza into ezifana ne-extra classes for abantwana, so that I can have cash flow to pay at least the staff esikhona. So it hasn't been an easy journey, because every day you need to be able to adapt to change eyenzekayo. It's affected kakhulu COVID.
Yes, Sis Phumeza, on your, when you introduce yourself and your upbringing, you mentioned how Mama was a waste collector. And the waste collector, and when we're talking, I believe you, at some point, you started a waste company. And because of EIR's calling waste. And tell us what happened, why you started the waste company, and the challenges or learnings actually all you was Phumeza through that business?
This is a very sore topic for me. Simply because I have told you that I worked in the service sector business, in the banking business. However, when I saw how people did not understand the money and the impact of waste, and ndikhule ndiyibona umama meyenza, I started into recycling. And I did a business case. I submitted to one of funders. However, I was not glued up at all. So I had to go. I used to say, ndaye ndafunda for 4 years, because I started into yam yokufunda nge-waste ngo-2015. Ndayovula i-business ngo-2019. Because I did not understand it hands back to one. And remember, as black people, recycling or waste management, it's all about collecting and selling. No, I did not want that. So the very same white people that umamam bathengisela were willing when I approached them, but teach me how to produce. I wanted to be in the manufacturing space. So I went through teachings. I went to Germany. I went to Pretoria. Abantu abazaziyo in the industry, because I always want to, it's all or nothing. Sadly, I opened my business in 2019. We had business. It was a business to business kind of business, because I come to Ainongena azothenga the pellets. We're manufacturing pellets, Jin.
From that waste?
Sastati plastic from a tip-in and pay those people. They were eating out of. She less than 200 rand per person. You can imagine nyanga aba basetipin webot babe sasibashana mali. Sifike no plastic omdaka onenqa onedaka onento yonke. We had into engekhoyo in the Eastern Cape, not in East London. Into ekwakusithiwa yi-wash plant. We would wash the plastic and produce what we call pellets. I-pellet ke yile yenza lo bottle ibe nje. I-pellet yonke into eyiplastic iqala ibe yi-pellet. So that's what we were doing. I had 34 staff members permanently. I had 20 part-time and kathethi ngetip. Yafika i-COVID in 2020. Sasisakasa. Everything was still new. And the infrastructure was there. I took millions in terms of loan. I'm still paying even today. As a result, even the landlord came. Bathatha konke endlini. Ndidla ngokuthi xa ndithetha ndithi ukuba bekulela xesha lakuqala sasingekakwazi ufunda, noko abantwana bam babebancinci babengakakwazi uyifunda into ekuthiwa isamona. Kodwa sasifakela imessage athi umntanam balapha mama usheriff bazothatha izinto. So they had to clean my house because of the dream. I always say ke ndiphupha kakhulu mhlambi loo nto. And I always want to see people benefiting. So ifikile ke COVID and everything was set up. Companies zakasafarisha i-plastic abantu bengasangeni kakhulu bethenga. So we were in need of i-plastic. Njengoba ucheka sisicinga into encinci oyithatha naphi, it was not there anymore. And the prices of selling, of buying them, killed the business. So we had to close down. Everything was taken. All my cars were taken. But we're still standing.
Kutheni ungakangofe nje from those challenges ebezinjeya, because omnye umuntu bezawuthi dathe ngenda ndithathe mhlawumbe noba ziipilisi, because that was a lot to deal with. And ne-family, you're having kids. What kept you uphakame so that namhlanje you could sit on this chair?
I think a faith enayo. uThixo bengasoze andinike konke asuka kuthathe konke. And also I always say, if you work, if into awusuka ngamani walala wavuka ilapha uyisebenzele uyakwazi uphinda uphakama usebenzele. I used to tell people that ndandizinika iipilisi ngugqirha athi sele ibenye ukuze ulale, mna ndandisela 3 ukuze zisebenze. And ndandingaziseli ngo-6, ndandizisela ngo-3 so that ndiyazi uba zawuba effective ingase kungasi phandle. My mom used to say, ndandicinga uzazibulala, kukho amazwi wawusoloko wathetha uthi ingase ndingavuki. Ndithi no, zandiyicinga into yozibulala because of the support structure. My mom is very supportive because he has business. My husband is very supportive. My children. So, ndandingayicingi kodwa ndandiyazi. Each and every day, there will be a call from the attorneys. There will be a call from the funder itself. There will be a call saying, we want to take more. But God said, no, there's still a lot that you need to offer. Ndiyazibuza nam every day when ndithetha nestaff sam esikhoyo currently in the training business, going ndivuka every day ndisiya phambili ndizibuza uba Thixo kanti incebe engandifanelanga kangaka undinika ngoba kuthini.
Undenza ndifile ukuba ndonwabe uba yinxalenye ye-sessions eziso noba kwi-podcast eziso, because ngoku ndifumana first hand, andiyibukelanga TV-ni, ndifumana and it touches me, and indlela abantu abakhula ngayo, abatshintsha ngayo, the challenges and zezinto funeka sizibalisile, sikwazi ubonakalisa uba noba zinjani uyakwazi uphinde uvuke ube right, and uThixo akuphinde akusikelela akunika inceba. So thanks for sharing this story and even going deeper kwezinye into ezinjengezi, because sometimes sifuna uthetha ngezi zimnandi zi-right ze-business, singathethi kanti zezona abantu abazafunda kuzo, zezona abantu abayaziyo uba as much as bebona abantu beqhuba imoto bene-business bacinge yonke into elula bafuna ungena phaya, zikhona ii-challenges ozawudibana nazo. So enkosi for going deeper, and utshilo kwaqala uba ise-source part of your life, and thanks for sharing it, ukwazi usixelela uba uphume njani ngayo. So sisiphumeza ezixesha bezitshilo ke balishile, we normally give our guests ixesha ba-athethe ne-viewers and talk anything ezakuba khuthaza or anything uqomba bafanele uyiva from wena before sizoyivala i-program yethu.
Okay, thank you so much, Buddha. One of the things that I would like to say to people, those abakufunayo uqala nabo sebephakathi, everyone knows what they know. I want you to hold on to what you know and what you believe in. 2, I just want to say, if you want to win the race, collaborate. We cannot work in silos. Those are the days. I want to also say, most businesses are not making time because they're not investing in good accountants. Compliance is the key for each and every business. Lastly, God, He alone is Jehovah. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Taji, akhona nobinated. She lifted up the name of the Lord,
Yes.
the King above all, the one who makes things happen. Kutwa, He makes the impossible ibe possible, and we see that it happened kuwe Phumeza. Kalomas, we thank you so much, Mbogod, kokusinikeza encouragement nakubabukeli emakhaya. Kalomas, we Taji ngigqibile kwelam icala.
Thanks babayi. Asinawuvala ke singakhange sibulele our dear sponsors. As you can see, noko ukuze sibe lapha kube qhaka kube njena, kukho izsponsors esininzi esinazo from ise indaba ulukholo palace, namhlanje sesmadiva, accommodation siyabulela Smart Diva, oselulo, olithalelanga, reliable nazo zonke nezingazimentionanga. Sithi enkosi continue usenza njalo. Usisiphumeza ke is amazing uthe before aqale nantoni na wathi ndiyawuthanda lo msebenzi ndifuna ukwazi more and how can I help. And abengiqonda yabona apha uNkulunkulu nje usiphathele umuntu. So thanks for being part, because ngoku usithi ngusisonke uyipart yophanda Mzansi. So sisiphumeza, we're looking forward to sebenza nawe. We wanna see your brand apha as one of our sponsors, our partners, kwenze sokwazi uqhubekeka senze lo msebenzi umhle omkhulu. And we wish you all the best and we wanna collaborate with you and then sikwazi ukukhula. Siyabulela kakhulu for sharing your story. Enkosi kakhulu. Yeah, so as basivala ke mabhayi apha ke ezophanda sithi siphanda sasa emini ebusuku esiphanda waya. With those words sithi enkosi kakhulu. Thank you.
Spana excel, spana emini, spana ebusuku, emzansi yasangodala. Spana excel, spana emini, spana ebusuku, emzansi yasangodala. Spana emzansi